Top of the first, Tony Phillips at first with a walk, and he can walk home because the Big Hurt has done exactly that to Randy Johnson. Sox up 2-0. Now 2-1 White Sox, bottom of...
Now top 7. Frank Thomas says, now look at a real home run hitter. He hit that ball into Disney corporate headquarters. 6-5 Angels.
Get them come in. Worse in the second. Frank Thomas. Don't know what the pitch is, but it tastes like chicken. It's out of here at the 400 mark and gone. His 4th. He's on a 12-game hitting streak to start the season. Hockamay got out 4.
It was 3-2 in the 7th. Ray Durham on first. John Briscoe to Frank Thomas, and the Big Hurt sends it deep to left center. Also visiting the construction site.
Thomas got all of it. Home run number 7, 3-2. They're still down. Bottom 7, tied at 5. Pedro Munoz pinch hitting against Larry Thomas, and Thomas hurt me. 2-run homer, 9th of the year, 2-0 White Sox. Bottom of the first, Indians trying to keep some offense going. Really fans have scored it from the dugout and pumps when you cook it. Big Frank sitting on the knuckleball from Steve Sparks, number 11 for him.
A base hit, very odd night in Wisconsin. Frank Thomas unloads, 3-run homer. I don't know if he didn't see it or he just turned the wrong way. A career-high 6 RBI for the Big Hurt on the night.
Sacks and the Tigers. Top of the first, John Farrell. His first Major League start since May 30th, 1994, and Frank Thomas welcomes him back to the game rudely. 13th of the year, 1-0 Sox.
6-1 White Sox lead, but remember this, and Mike Potts, the lefty, will remember it. Frank Thomas, back, 2-run home run.
He nerds from Mucina, 11 hits, 9 earned runs. The Big Hurt. White Sox up 10-9. Change that. Career home run number 200. It is 12-9 Chicago.
White Sox, top of the 3rd, tied at 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we are no longer tied at 1. Frank Thomas crushes his 19th homer to left center. Solo job, 2-1 White Sox.
For Frank Thomas, and he drills it. His 20th homer of the year. We are tied at 1 run apiece. Bottom 7, White Sox.
That ball hit hard into right center field. Ramirez looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah. Line drive home run by Frank Thomas, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
3 runs. 3-0 Twins in the bottom of the 4th. Frank Thomas, 23rd homer of the year. He now leads the league with 81 RBIs. 81 in favor of Minnesota. Aguilera, meanwhile, settled down.
That ends the threat in that frame. Top of 9, Sox leading 5-3. Frank Thomas, good to have you back aboard. 3-run shot off of Buddy Groom. His 24th, 87th RBI.
Stays 1-0. Bottom 6, 3-2 Ray Durham on first. Frank Thomas hitting .588 against Mucina for his 25th round tripper of the year. 4-3 White.
Game was scoreless until the bottom of the 6th when Frank Thomas hits one deep to center field. You can put that on the board. 1-0 White Sox.
And look at Frank Thomas. I mean, he misses it. He missed this pitch from Scott Good Dog Carl. But he's so strong, it's gone anyway, and now it's a 5.
Mike Robertson, 2 for 4 with an RBIs. That ball hit deep into right center field. They go back, they look up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Tremendous blast into right center field, upper deck by the Big Hurt.
2 weeks as they're working the Jays. Frank Thomas, 1 RBI already. Takes the first pitch deep, a 2-run shot. His 29th, 5-2 Sox. Sox take advantage of
The call. Your big guy makes up for it. Frank Thomas. He turned on it off of Jose Lima, number 30 for the Big Hurt. Chicago getting it done, 11-6, thanks to the Big Hurt. They stay on top in the wild card.
Against Krivda, he cranked it, his 31st home run on the year, and Chicago's up by the score of 2-0. But Baltimore got it back in the 6th, bases loaded.
6-1, and here's the Big Hurt. Way back, and you can put it on the board. Yeah. Oh, there was the Big Hurt. And the sacks are jacked for Frank Thomas. Way back, and you can put it on the board. Yes. Thank you, Wimpy. I think we had 4 of us doing it that time. 5-0 White Sox.
They still had an out to play with. They got nothing more, and Frank Thomas got everything. Off Brad Radke, who is Mr. Gopher. He has
2 at-bats against the Yankee lefty. Top of the 2nd, already up 1-0. Frank Thomas, without a homer in 74 at-bats this season, takes Wells.
Thomas. That ball hit
52nd time in his career he hits a first-inning home run. 3-run blast, quickly 3-0.
After missing a couple of starts against Frank Thomas, and that thing's going quickly. Thomas, 5th of the year, 53rd first-inning homer of his.
Top of 7, 4-1 White Sox. Steve Montgomery in relief. El Hurt Grande, the Big Hurt. Number 7 for Frankie. It's gone, and the White Sox go on to win 6-2. They
said it was a strike. Next pitch, Frank, I'm feeling you, kid. I'm feeling you. 3-run shot off Chris Hammond, 8th homer of the year. That's why he's hitting .378. Check it out again. Basically, he hit the home run with one hand. Next batter, out in daytime Emmys. Rich told you earlier, had to tell you again. Bottom 7 White Sox. Wisden tried to get Thomas with the fastball. Yeah, NBA teams try to keep Jordan from scoring points.
His best friend in Chicago, Frank Thomas, letting his bat speak loudly. His 10th. It followed Mike Cameron's first and tied the game at 2.
It is a 1-out count. Top of the first 2 outs, and the 1-out count goes over the wall. Frank Thomas has already hit 2 career home runs off Sealy. This one goes into the triangle. His 56th home.
Top 3, 2-1, runner on first. Big Hurt, 2-run shot. Thomas had 2 homers in the game. Sox are up 3-2. Bullpen blows up. Big Hurt and Bell go 4 for 7 with 4 RBIs. Where don't you want to pitch it to him?
He is a dead low ball hitter.
And this is a low ball pitch. Grissom is there. Glove. No. 3-1 Indians. Top of the 7th. One on for the Big Hurt. 2 words. Way out. His 15th. Tied at 3. Nagy, not where I wanted to put it. Bottom 8.
Score Frank Thomas.
Look out.
Tees it high and lets it fly. Gungula, his 16th. Great catch by the fan. 1-0 White Sox. We're now tied.
No out, no on, and Thomas, who went 1 for 5, is 1 hit. His 17th homer of the year. 6-1 Chicago. Steve Avery, tough start. It was his first since May the 3rd. 3-2 Chicago. Frank Thomas with 2 on. And for the 2nd straight game, he drives in 3 runs. This time he did it on a 1 swing of the bat, 3-run home run, and Chicago wins it 6-2.
The Big Hurt. Ding dong, the pitch is dead. 3-run homer, his 3-0 White Sox. Harold, talk about 1 on, 1 out, the Big Hurt. Deep trouble. I mean, real deep. 7-5 White Sox, number 20 for Thomas. Bottom 7, 7-6, 1 out, man on 3rd. And the White Sox, and Thompson back off the 15-day DL. Big Hurt, big shot, number 23 on the season. He's got 86 RBIs, and the White Sox are up 2.
But the bottom of the 6th, Scott Sanders pitches to the newest DH, that being the Big Hurt, who puts one on the board. Thomas is 25th of the season. Nice try by Hunter.
Up 3-zip. Top 6, Frank Thomas looks to answer Griffin. No diggity. Nails the Jeff Facero pitch to left. Big Hurt's 26th homer. He's hitting .356 White Sox.
And the Big Hurt, ferocious. His 27th of the year. White Sox get 4 runs with 2 outs in the 5th. That shot ended a 1 for 17 slump.
Chicago down 3-zip, bottom of the 1st. 2-run shot for Thomas. His 28th on the year, and it's a 3-2 game at this point. Top of the 3rd for Oakland, Mark Bellhorn.
Still scoreless. Uh-oh. You could put that on the board. Frank Thomas, his 30th home run of the year. White.
You arguing that?
I'd argue that.
Rule to hit. Frank Thomas, you need a fishing net to reel this one in. He's got 31.
Been putting a big hurt on Scott Carl, career-wise. Put that one on the board. His 36th home run of the year, 2-0 White Sox. On this play, you saw Dave Nielsen try and climb the wall. He sprained his right ankle. He would leave the game. He's day-to-day. Frank Thomas, next at bat. At the plate, he's still off. Pick to click. That's off of Scott Carl. That makes him 7 of 12 lifetime against Carl. With 4 home runs, White Sox lead 3-1.
Place. Bottom 3, Frank Thomas. Make my funk P-Funk. His 34th homer of the year, .256 of his career.
You know, putting things on the board. There is the Big Hurt in the bottom of the 8th. He's got it. 35th home run, 125 RBIs. White Sox win 10-5.